Statistician George Box once said all models are wrong, but some are useful. That's basically the starting point for anyone trying to pick a cyber risk quantification model. Because there isn't one universal right answer. There's a right answer for your organization. Let's start with what a CRQ model actually is. It's the specific methodology that turns "we might get breached" into an actual number. Specifically, it defines a likelihood and a financial impact. Broadly, there are three types. Expert judgment models lean on the experience of your security and risk teams. They estimate likelihood and impact based on know-how and industry trends, useful for adding context. But the results are only as strong as the person making the call. So treat them as one input, not the whole answer. Deterministic models assign fixed values to known factors, like your controls and vulnerabilities. They take your assumed consequences and produce a static score. They're simple and easy to explain. Their weakness is exactly that simplicity. Cyber risk is volatile, and a static model can't capture the known unknowns that actually drive most losses. Probabilistic or stochastic models are different. They use statistical techniques like Monte Carlo simulations. This allows them to generate a full range of possible outcomes instead of just one number. Picture a curve that says there's roughly an 80% chance you face a $1 million loss and a 10% chance you face $30 million. That range is what matters. It lets executives actually plan for uncertainty instead of pretending it doesn't exist. Now, two approaches built on these models dominate the market today. The first is the FAIR framework, factor analysis of information risk. It's widely used. In fact, it has been adopted in some form by roughly half of Fortune 1000 companies. FAIR calculates risk by multiplying how often a loss event happens by how big that loss is. Then, it runs that through a Monte Carlo simulation to produce a range of outcomes. The catch is how the data gets in. It's gathered manually through interviews and research. This makes it slow, expensive to repeat, and vulnerable to individual bias. By the time an assessment is finished, the risk landscape has often already moved. The second approach is a CRQ platform. It runs on the same probabilistic engine as FAIR, but it pulls in external, objective data, real-world loss, intelligence, and threat data. It also uses large-scale insurance claims instead of relying on manual interviews. That's the difference between waiting weeks for results and getting them in about 24 to 48 hours. It also means you can rerun scenarios constantly, which matters for quarterly updates. And it connects directly into the tools you already run, like GRC, SOAR, and EDR. This ensures the inputs stay consistent instead of relying on someone's best guess. So how do you actually choose? Start with your own organization, its size and complexity. Consider your industry, how mature your security program is, and your appetite for risk. Then look at the model itself. What risks can it actually capture? How far can you drill into the details? And how well does it scale and integrate? And most importantly, how quickly can it deliver real value to the business? There's no universal winner here. Expert judgment adds nuance and context. Probabilistic models give you the strategic view needed for uncertainty. FAIR's popularity doesn't cancel out its slowness compared to a platform-based approach. The real test is simple. Does the model give your CISO and leadership what they need? Do they have the data to decide where to spend the next dollar of security budget? If you're ready to see what a data-driven model shows for you, talk to our experts. Or book a free demo today. Let's quantify your risk together.